pick, it seemed like it came right to you. Any thoughts or worries of dropping it with that end zone right in front of you?
Well, I had dropped a few coming up into this week, at practice, and I think the motivation of having my parents in the stands and a couple more eyes on me kind of helped me out. But I really think what made him throw the ball right to us was we disguised it a little bit. Then we went to cover 2 at the last minute, and he just didn't know I was going to be there. Threw it right to me. It was just a gift. I had to tell him thank you, So when he threw it to me, I just had to do what I do.
James, for you, getting some reps and getting out there and getting some game action, how'd you feel?
I still thought I did poor as well. I mean, I'm always going to be critical on myself, but as a team-wise, as an offense, I thought we were a lot more motivated. Our tempo was a lot higher. I mean, I don't know how it looked from Coach Bell's standpoint, but I thought it went a lot faster, and I just think we need to be a little bit more conditioned to go even more faster. So, but overall, I thought we did a great job.
You guys had some big plays. What's it like? I guess also for Rocky, you had the big play on defense. It seemed like there was big plays on both sides of the ball. What's the big chunk play, on offense, the big touchdown you had one, Trez, or the interception that goes back the other way? How important are big plays for you guys?
Well, I mean, big plays are always good. It's always good to make them. But you have to think about it as from, they're making a lot of big plays, but they're making it on our defense, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff we got to fix, a lot of things we got to look back at on the film and see what went wrong. And as for them, they only gave up one big play, I noticed, to me. And I still think that was because of the disguise that we gave them. But, I mean, it's a bittersweet moment, you know what I mean? It's a good and a bad. We just got to see what went wrong.
Rocky, Coach Anderson said he was pretty pleased about the progress the defense has made from day one to now.
Absolutely.
Do you feel that way, and just kind of compare where you got to today from a month ago or whatever?
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten a lot of more condition, you know what I mean? And our D-line is really getting a rush on the offense. And they're doing the play in and play out, and that's what's really helping. That's what's really making the difference. It's something we didn't have last year. And when we had superior backers like we did last year, not having the D-line up front to really let them play like they needed to, that's what makes a big difference. And when you have to play coverage, man-to-man coverage, which we play 90% of the time, it goes from playing 8 seconds man-to-man to 4 seconds. You know what I mean? The ball comes out quicker. You can make a lot more plays in the back end. So that's really what the difference is, the D-line up front and the backers.
Something that happened tonight, after you got done, that hasn't been done in a while. You finished your second spring practice, spring game with the same coaching staff. Your thoughts on that?
I feel like it makes a big difference. You know what I mean? Having that same momentum from our bowl game, even though, you know what I mean? Just having that momentum you got from the season before. You got the same system, the same coaches around, and you got those same relationships. You don't have to go from day in and day out like you do. I mean, when you get a whole new coaching staff, you don't know. Every coach sees something different in each player. You know what I mean? And having them same coaches come back and keep grinding on the players that they, you know what I mean, that they built last year, moving on to next year, I feel like it's going to help us a whole lot.
Trez, that big touchdown, you had a few big catches.
Yeah.
How'd it feel to get that, knowing that you've been going against this defense and they've known what's coming all spring camp, kind of had that advantage?
It felt good. I mean, every day we go against our defense, it's a challenge. I mean, they see us every day, they see us every day. I mean, it felt good to finally get a big play against our defense. That's rare because in practice it's a struggle to get big plays because they know everything, they know all our calls, they know our alignments and everything. But it's good for us to make each other better and make big plays on each other, so therefore we can see the progression in each side of the ball.
James, now that you've experienced a female head coach, your thoughts?
I thought she did a great job today.
Absolutely.
I didn't mean it like that at all, but she definitely hyped us up before the game. She made great calls on the field, and she's a great person, very motivating person, and I thought she did a great job today.
Trez, you were going to be both coaches' #1 pick if it stayed a draft format. Does that give you a little motivation to show out a little bit more today?
I really didn't even know that. So, that's big time. I mean, I don't know, I'm speechless, but I appreciate both of them having me as their first pick, and so I can't do nothing but appreciate that.
James, you said you wanted to work on some things, but I mean, I'm looking at the line, and I know it's just a spring game, but you were 15 of 21, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, well, what do you want to work on?
To be honest, everything. My thinking skills have to be so much faster. And to be honest, I should have been at least like 19 for 21, knowing where my hot reads are and where, I mean, pretty much I need to know where everyone's supposed to be. And, sometimes I'll get out there and everything will go blank. I guess it's a freshman thing or, being out there for the first time really like live. So, I mean, but in every aspect I need to work on. So, I mean, other than that, throwing, my accuracy, footwork, everything. So just knowing the game, definitely.
What's the biggest challenge for you, James? I mean, what do you feel like the biggest challenge? Is it things on the field? Is it plays? Is it? I mean, what is it that's the biggest challenge?
It's definitely on the field. Being a quarterback, you really have to think, where their alignment is, and who am I going to on this coverage? Who am I going to on that coverage? And the coverage, it even switches right when I say HUD. So I mean, just knowing where my reads are, like I said earlier, fast, and if they blitz, knowing where my HUDs are. But I'm definitely getting better at it, especially being an assistant for 2 years, like y'all were talking about. Having a coach for 2 years definitely helps. So yeah, it's a big advantage, definitely.
Chris, what are your thoughts on just kind of this remade defensive line that you have with those two new guys in the middle? I mean, kind of where'd you guys get to as you're closing spring here?
Oh man, it's great, man. It's having those guys help inside. I mean, obviously y'all know last year we had trouble inside stopping the run. Having these guys in here now, having them come in, it's great recruiting on the coach's part. Having them in here, man. I mean, even the offense can attest to it, man. Defensive line is so much better, like 10 times better, like honestly. And having those guys come in and take coaching and actually want to learn the system and actually want to be out there and actually want to make plays and then get some playing time. That makes all the difference too.
How did it feel knowing this is your last spring game?
It felt great. I mean, to be honest, it felt good, man. I had fun out there. I only played the first half. And I had a blast, man, having those guys out there. We had some guys go down, with a couple bumps and bruises. I don't think it's anything major, but yeah, man, being my last, it's bittersweet, I guess you could say. I don't miss it, but I've been here a long time.
We were saying earlier that you were here, but that's you.
I apologize.
No, but this is your second spring that you had the same coaching staff. I mean,
Right.
Big difference. I mean,
Oh yeah, man. That's like JT said. That is an advantage, and we never had that luxury here. Since I've been here since 2011. So, yeah, it's been great having Coach Anderson, having not to learn different systems. Basically coming into this spring, we were going through day one install, and that was second nature to me. I was getting bored, like I know it, like I know everything, and yeah, man, that's great, and that's only going to help us.
group of seniors, have y'all talked about it, or are you going to wait till you get back after everything? And because I mean, you're the captain of the ship now, especially during the summer. So
Right.
have y'all thought about what you're going to sit down and tell the team? Say, okay, this summer, this is going to be kind of our theme.
Yeah, well, we haven't got together yet, but yeah, we definitely will. We'll definitely sit down, get together with the seniors, and figure out what we need to do to make ourselves better moving forward. We'll probably do that. I'll probably try and do that, sometime before we leave. If not, right when we get back and we start running summer practices and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll definitely get together and make some goals and pass it on down to the underclassmen.
For all of you, as you get ready to break spring camp next week, the difference in the feeling that you feel about the team overall as compared to a year ago when you guys broke spring camp?
I feel like everyone's looking forward. I mean, I feel like from first practice of last spring and first practice of this spring, we were a better team. You know what I mean? And the last practice, or this spring game and last spring game, the progression has just been outstanding. You know what I mean? You can tell it with your own eyes. You can see it on film. And it all starts with up front, and our offense is coming along so well, especially with the QBs coming in. Freddie went down. We got two freshman quarterbacks coming in that really ain't got a lot of experience, you know what I mean? You get games like this where they can show themselves, and you got one throwing for 200 and one throwing for 183 and 3 touchdowns all together. That's promising. You know what I mean? So I feel like we got a lot of progression, but I feel like we can get a lot better too.
Yeah. I mean, with having the same system as far as the offensive standpoint, it's more easier to go through practice and know what you're doing and know where you got to be and stuff like that. And, things go more fluent. And with the defense as well, I feel like we came a long way from last spring to this spring as a team. I feel like we progressed and got a lot better.
Yeah, we're definitely a better team this year. There's no doubt about it. Especially D-line, that's where most of my energy is focused. Defensive line and then the defense as a whole. But yeah, tremendous advantage. With the guys that we brought in from JUCO and whatnot, and just strengthening our line. Cause, I really felt like that was the breakdown. Last year. In most games, in the big games, such as Lafayette and whatnot. To be honest, it was quite embarrassing, and I'm really looking forward to what comes this season.